Do you want customers?
Make things simpler, faster, more convenient. One tap, you get a conversation with your customer that never ends.
You know how many people have been to your venue. You know how many people have tapped you. I'm just going to scan.
Yeah, I was like, you need to talk to Ryan. He's got Tap the Table. Don't even waste your time. He's got a solution.
It just works.
And that's why Tap the Table exists in the first place. Boom. And then you just start doubling the price. That's that right there.
We're doing different things.
I'm going to tell you what works based on what I have literally seen. Stop. Just tap your phone. Boom, done. Easy. Boom, done, easy. Easy peasy, as I like to say. What is going on, people of the internet? Boy, I'll tell you what, I gotta get this message out quickly. We don't know when the next outage just might occur. What's going on, guys? Ryan Baggott here, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun today. Let's take this little caption off the screen because the show has begun. You are on the Chatbot podcast, maybe. Maybe this is the Tap the Table Talk. We might talk to some tables with our iPhones and NFC. Had some fun over at Taylor's in Somerville today with NFC. Shout out to Dylan, who I think has been just making funnels all day. That's some awesome stuff, by the way, guys. But we're going to talk about some things today. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to pull it up here on the screen for you guys to see. Let's see if we can do that. Bam. Share the screen. Can you hear me? Holla if you can hear me. How are y'all doing today? What's up, Greg? How you doing, man? I'm glad you're here, if you're still here. So what we've got going on, guys, is a little recap of Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp all going down. That is what happened yesterday. And you know this, unless you're just not on social media, in which case you're definitely not listening to this, unless I'm mistaken here. But this was a big outage, folks. 7+ hours, I believe, is what they called it. And I'll tell you, I wasn't expecting it. When it first went out, I realized, okay, this is totally, going to be a really fast fix. I cannot ever see Facebook and these networks here being down for more than an hour. Just couldn't see it. Boy, was Ryan wrong. I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that I do not gamble. I would have no money. I'm not a good gambler. Okay. And I could not believe how long it was out. And right around the 5th hour, 6th hour, I was like, man, this thing's not coming back for all day. They're going to have a 24-hour outage. How can this be? What sort of, fail safes did not occur here to allow this to happen? And, all sorts of thoughts were going on in my head. And a lot of people reached out to me and they're like, oh man, Ryan, what are you going to do? Like, some people that just don't understand Tap the Table, in which case a lot of people don't. They're like, oh man, are you okay? Is your business okay? Or are you having any problems? I was like, no, because hello, we've accounted for this situation. So while, yes, indeed, there may be other software and other platforms that have, were totally useless, I guess, for more or less lack of better terms. Tap the Table was rocking sock'em robot action because, hello, we have the web chat. This is specifically why, and I get asked this quite a bit, this is why we use the web chat on our website. That said, okay, it's not like Shopify, who is basically the host of our facade of a website, the homepage and a couple landing pages here. It's how you find us on the web. You're not going to be able to really have any sort of SEO for you super nerds out there value in the actual code of the platform. Hello. So instead, if Shopify goes down, then, the landing page that many of you use to log in would be, it wouldn't work. But You don't have to use that way. I mean, in this case, you'd want to save the URL on your mobile device. And hello, this works as an app, folks. So did you know this? I always say that we're mobile friendly, but if you actually save Tap the Table on your home screen of your mobile device, you could not tell it apart from an app that you installed from your app store. There's no place for a URL. What's going on, Chris? Glad you're here, buddy. This is not the witching hour, so might have some folks here. You know, even though Chris is here in the witching hours, I see him. But this, folks, is very interesting stuff, what we've got going on. And we'll dive into it a little bit, why it happened. You guys can, make your own judgments based on the information that's out there. There's a lot of information out there about it. Facebook's now giving their thoughts on it. A lot of people were pointing the finger at this whistleblower who I will not, discuss on this show, because we're not doing that. Figure it out for yourself. Make your own, assumptions here on all the information that you're given. They're saying, oh, well, this is, pretty convenient timing maybe for Facebook to go down and Instagram to go down and WhatsApp to go down and even my beloved Messenger to go down. This is really uncanny and convenient, possibly, right? Well, when crazy situations happen, it's easy to point fingers and make things up. And I just kind of sit back like a chess player, and I'm already like, regardless of the outcome, I've already thought of the outcomes. So like, you're building a bot, guys, for the bot folks that are watching the show. You're building that bot to essentially, hopefully, account for all the different scenarios, like a 2021 edition chess player in the digital world. And because that's the way I think, I'm not focused on such one thing or one possibility that could be right, could be wrong. I'm already thinking of solutions, hopefully. That's what we do here. Tap the Table users for sure. And so while this could be the case, I'm not going to put that out there. But regardless, it's basically giving you some tech jargon on what's happening here. My dad explained it very well, because he's like the first person I call whenever there's something that like big happens. But they're saying, essentially everything went down, and then boom, 7 hours later, things are back up. And the official statement reads, our services are now back online, and we're actively working to fully return them to our regular operations. The company wrote, we want to make sure, we want to make clear at this time, we believe the root cause of this outage was a faulty configuration change. We have no evidence that the user data was compromised as a result of this downtime, which, they had to put that in there. The PR guys like probably forced them to, maybe the lawyer encouraged it. Maybe he or she didn't. But the interesting thing here is, like, usually that's the thing that people are talking about, Facebook and like, data breaches, data loss, not outages. This is a very, very rare occurrence. Like, I can assure you, the power that powers my town of Bluffton, Hilton Head, Savannah area has gone out far more times than Facebook has. If you compared the two, think about that. And I know mine's been blown to think about that. Like, that's how consistent Facebook is, people. Okay, like it's such a rare thing. That said, Tap the Table, it's like we didn't even flinch. Like many social media managers out there, it was like not a vacation day, just another day. Some social media people, I'm sure, had like they couldn't do anything. They couldn't log into their Facebook workstations, which makes you think twice potentially. This is probably the most damaging thing that happened. People are going to think twice probably about using those tools provided by Facebook for explicit work purposes. So just like there are many programs out there that you can use for your office or your small business or your restaurant, think of your POS system, think of Facebook providing similar software. That's what Facebook Workspace is. You can download it on your phone right now. I don't know if you should, because that was totally down. I read that the employees at Facebook, many of them could not get in with their swipeable cards. What wouldn't have been affected by this, because the technology is just it's stupid but smart. It's NFC. NFC, you can't, shut down NFC. It's essentially just there. It's like a thumb drive. What are you going to do with a thumb drive? You can break it, but whatever service or whatever tools mechanism they were using to swipe in, swipe out, couldn't even use it. And likely that's due to the workspace thing, but who knows? Tough things going on at Facebook. So the web chat and SMS, which I told a client today, I'd put our SMS right up against any SMS only company. Right next to them. Hello, easy texting. What's up? You guys are very expensive and cool interface. I'll admit, graphically, we could have some improvements here, and we will, as I've promised. Here's our next little website I want to show you. The whole episode here will be about building the list. So don't get it twisted. I am the king of comments. I'll prove that. And yes, I'll wear a crown. But I want to show you just where we're at in this place right now of digital restaurant tech in 2021, because it's a very interesting place. We'll get off of TechCrunch here, and let's see if my little iPhone Air drop copy paste method works here perfectly, and it does. So this is a company called Pop Menu, which I've been hip to them for a long time, and I've seen them progress. And their graphics, just like At the Tables, will have gotten better on their side. They've got some really beautiful stuff now, guys. This is facts. On the other hand, what we're going to talk about today, because it is so important, and this is why we talk about it, like every time I'm up here to build the list, customer contact list, comment to customer. Once that's your customer, you've got them. My mindset is spend the money on the Facebook or Instagram ads or whatever channel. And once you've spent that ad money on that customer, in general, at least for the awareness and the connection, don't spend $1 again on that person and your future ads for that same objective, because you've already got them. You already have them in your list. They've given you the phone number or the email or whatever they're going to give you. Exclude them from your audience next time and watch how your efficiency increases and your costs decrease on your ads. Your reach may not increase, but your costs will totally decrease, and you'll become more efficient because you're telling Facebook who you want to hit, who you don't want to hit. Tell me this, the dumbest thing in the world would be to be running a Facebook ad or any sort of social media ad for some people out there to buy your t-shirt. And then when they buy the t-shirt the next day, you continue to serve the same ad to that person. This is dumb because they've already purchased. I see this happen a lot. When you've got a list of people who have converted or purchased or done the thing that you want them to do, join your email list, whatever, do not make the mistake of not excluding those folks that you've already got, because here you go. You're going to hit the same people who have already joined your list, or you're going to hit the same people who have already bought your shirt or have bought your software. This is a huge one. And if they've already done the thing, Facebook's doing their job of serving up the ad to the individuals likely to purchase your product, because hello, they purchased your product or your service. But if you don't want to hit them again with the same offer or the same ad or the same post, you must exclude them. Okay. Never mind the fact that the reason I'm doing this episode as well, we had this huge outage. So all the people that wanted to have launches, they wanted to launch their business or the product or a food item, daily special, what have you, when they're relying on social to get that word out there. Listen, when it's down, it's down. Whether it's a bug on the side of the person that posting or the person viewing the post or the whole platform, like it was in the case yesterday, you're toast if you can't post, and that's your only method of mass communication. So therefore, become the king or become the queen of comments on social, in your niche, in your industry, in your neighborhood. If you do this, number one, your social statistics, your engagement rates, all of that stuff that the social media folks and the agencies sell you on, they'll all increase if you've got to tap the table, at least, because or something like it, you can figure out a way to have that conversation keep going and have those 3 comments that landed on your post turn into 6 off rip because your page has automatically responded in a unique way. So 6 comments are a lot greater than 3. And shout out again, as always, to Kelly Noble, the queen of chatbots in general. If you're asking questions in some of these replies strategically that are sent automatically to your page, and you'll see this when you guys comment on my social stuff, aside from my personal, you're going to go and tap the table or on Facebook business, that side of things, or Instagram. If you comment, you'll experience it. If you're asking questions built into those automatic replies, then the one comment that, Jeff made over here, that he just said, awesome post, this is great. When you're saying in the post, like, tell us how you really feel, or you're saying something along to really bring a value. You're not trying to totally robot game the system. You're trying to maybe gain more information, but you're keeping the conversation going, and you're asking whoever's commenting, in this case, imaginary Jeff, you're asking a question. He responds, bing, bing. Facebook sees these things as positive triggers in the algorithm. Okay. And so they say, oh, great. People are commenting on this post. They're going back and forth. Maybe they're liking it. Maybe they're sharing it, but there's a lot of positive engagement happening. And you're helping that occur automatically while you're sleeping or doing other things, serving your customers, right? Doing your actual stuff like Facebook and stuff. And unless you're in marketing, Facebook and Instagram is not your main job. You shouldn't be focusing so much time on it. Automate as much of that as possible, because the truth is computers can do things better than we can in a lot of cases. Okay. Now, I'm not saying to make your brand a robot, personalize your automation. There you go. That'll probably be taught in colleges one day, personalization of automation. And that rhymes. Like I told my mom I should have been a freestyler rapper, but anyways, I digress. We'll get back to building the list, because that's what this is about. When you build your own list, you don't have to worry about Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or YouTube going down, because you can reach out to your customers, your potential clients, your current clients, your fan club. If you're a celebrity watching this thing, I found out a couple of those celebrities out there on the West Coast might be lacking some tap the table. I like that. I like to hear that too. Tap the table is for all of the serious business owners that want to take the next step in what the technology is in 2021. Anyways, so Pop Menu is awesome in general. They provide a beautiful menu, at least based off of a QR code scan, which is awesome. I don't know the other trigger methods, but they have a handy SEO centric article, and they're going to tell us as restaurants how to build a list, which I think will be fun. So why do you need the list? Again, I told you all the reasons, but blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's the big one. Hello, email has fantastic ROI. For those in the back, what is ROI? Okay, return on investment. How much investment really is it to send that little paragraph and picture email? Okay, if you're doing it the right way, it can be worth a lot consistently. Okay, and if your focus is building the number of actual current and potential customers of yours, if that number is growing and nothing else changes, you will make more in revenue if that 1%, theoretical 1%, is converting from 100 customers to 100,000. I mean, this is a huge mathematical difference that in no way could not lead to more revenue unless the traffic or the customers signing up are just not your real customers, okay, which is a very unlikely thing in the vast majority of cases. All right, so let's take a sip here. Not sponsored by Monster, although we should be. Very good stuff here. All right, so here's the 12 ways to do it. Run a contest. Okay, so this actually is probably going to be the best thing that we're going to see on the list. I'll go ahead and break it down for you really fast. I breeze through it. To run a contest is a go-to strategy, especially if you're a restaurant or restaurant brand or even new franchise location opening up. When you're opening and no one knows about you, to get people excited and to get people interested and to get that email, hello, and phone number, then you can run a contest. I believe I've said this multiple times, but I think I've given away in the past, like maybe, I don't know, 14 to 16 months, more items or potential items than I ever thought I ever could imagine giving away or helping to give away with Tap the Table. Everything from free pizza and tacos for a year to freaking palm trees, man, all the way to machines that cost more than my brand new, well, I'm not gonna talk about my vehicle, but my truck here, machines that cost more than my truck, like in giveaways. This is crazy stuff, and it is all to, well, number one, I would argue as a marketer, build brand. That's the number one thing that you should always focus on. Brand is what gets you there. Why I love to do these videos, to hopefully provide a little comic relief, son, and some value here. Hopefully you take away something that makes you go, huh, I'm gonna try that. Or that sounds like it's good advice. Let's run that tomorrow or right now, whatever. Inspire you to do something. That's what my goal is. Build my brand, right? And number two, you have to make the contacts. The network is your net worth here, okay? So these are the goals and what should be the goals. Running a contest will build the brand, and you're going to make money because you've got customers now, whereas they wouldn't have known you. Now they know you. Now, there are levels to everything. So in our world and Tap the Table land, we want to track absolutely everything that we can. So in this case, when we're running a contest, number one, we can run it in many different ways. A QR code scan to a comment on a Facebook or Instagram post could lead in the next 3 to 4 seconds a customer to provide their email, phone number, and flavor of ice cream that they like most. If you're an ice cream shop, that's pretty valuable information. Maybe even their birthday. This is a very common one in our current funnel templates page. My favorite, and you've heard me say it, the Get All User Data funnel is probably the most powerful template you can run off and start off with Tap the Table, because essentially for the most part, you're going to get, if on Facebook, their name, full name, you'll ask, and you shall receive most of the time, the email and phone number. And then you'll also get the birthday. And if you're a restaurant and this is where you're focused, well, we have the ability to turn on a switch, call it. And now you've got a birthday campaign set up to where your brand will email and text message your client, your customer, a happy birthday message. It's set up. You just have to write in what you want it to say. This is very cool stuff. And to have it done automatically, this is called a drip campaign for the nerds out there. And this is awesome, awesome stuff. Highly recommended. Okay. So run a contest. Many ways to do this, but do they tell you? Offer a prize like a gift card, a party, or a special dinner event. Then ask guests to go to your restaurant to sign up using their email for a chance to win. Okay. Solid here. This is the one that I think is the one you should do. Now, this is sort of in addition to, I think you should be able to run this contest pretty much in the same exact way, or at least in any way that you want, simply on social and on your website, so that you've got multiple entry points for your customers to opt in, really is what they're doing. And also, this is a perfect time for that QR code or NFC tag for that tap. Tippy tap, don't look back. You've got their email address. And if you keep doing that, you'll be right on track to building that list. Okay. Create a contact form on your website. This is surprising to me, but people will sign up to receive that newsletter. Even if you just tell them this is a newsletter versus a VIP list versus a discount deal, like people want news, and it makes sense. And I believe that this is a great time. Pay attention here. If you're a branding nerd, this is a great time, I think, to focus extremely hard on brand and to build trust with your audience, because currently a lot of mistrust is out there. And so people are choosing to get their news and information and entertainment, hence why you're here, entertainment, right? I hope you guys laugh as much as I want to laugh here. This is so fun to me. You're choosing where to get it from versus kind of like dealing with what everyone's dealing with on Channel 7, if this makes sense to you. Okay, back in the day, not so long ago, there were like 3 kids channels, man. Believe it or not, at least when I was a kid, right? Like 3 kids channels here. So like everyone knew what everyone was like watching and stuff, because at, you know, whatever time it is after school, you're in elementary school, you got like 3 choices, you know, if you're watching TV. Nowadays, and you know, I can't imagine the different choices that the younger generations out there have at their fingertips. You know, this is very interesting concept here. So many people out there are different, and they're not like me. I don't want all of the emails in the world. Some I do, but I'd rather have a coupon or like discount email come to me from a favorite brand than just the news. But this is something to put out there because I've seen the numbers, and many people do this, surprisingly. Okay, so promote your email list with a pop-up. I kind of think this is the same idea. I don't know if it's too separate. This is a good one, and thankfully you can read a blog I did a couple months ago on this on Tap the Table's website and the blog. Taking online orders, which is their next one I see. Didn't even know that. Taking online orders and reservations, totally legal in the United States, to collect that contact information, send confirmation messages, essentially. And hello, Facebook people. This is why, essentially, you're able to have that confirmed event update. Basically, the law says when I go place an order, if I do it from my phone, I can legally receive a confirmation text, and I can't, as a consumer, go like sue Tap the Table in this case, or Facebook, or the restaurant, or any service that take Tap the Table out of the equation. Any services, you can't get sued off rip for, or get in trouble, put it that way, for sending like a welcome or confirmation thank you message. Now, that said, if you do not have a proper setup, professionally done enterprise solution for your opt-outs, and you have a mistake there, then you're looking at a programmer problem. And then this is a difficult thing to solve. If you're in dev, like you know, like there are so many things that could go wrong. So you just got to be sure that if you're doing an email or SMS for that matter, database and subscription model, you got to be sure you're dealing with an outfit that knows what they're doing. Okay. And if they do, then you're able to take in that information and then boom, maybe even put them in a drip campaign. So imagine that first online order they've ever made after they became aware from that Facebook post. Now you're confident that they're going to get your 6 big emails that you plan out, hopefully in an ideal world, in the beginning of the year. So they get the, you know, Thanksgiving holiday hours email, they get the Black Friday email, and the Christmas and New Year's email the moment that they commented. You're confident that they're going to be in that funnel. That is the idea, folks. Or the moment, in Pop Menu's case, the direct online orders or the online reservations, something like this. Maybe the online reservations doesn't apply as much. Could apply. QR code outside the building. Bam, scan it. Get in line for reservations. Very easy peasy. In these cases, you'd want to scan their menu and somehow immediately get them segmented. Now, here's another advantage of having a flexible platform like Tap the Table. Not to be so in direct comparison, but just to show you the different options here. And I don't even know what their price point is, but we could check it. And essentially, guys, all your bases must be covered. This is multi-channel point marketing. Omni-channel, which a lot of people get mistaken, is essentially like you're almost like you're sending messages across channels in the same way you'd post across one Facebook post to your Instagram and Twitter and, you know, something else like this, right? You post once and it goes everywhere. That's more of like the Omni method. In our case, you're so flexible, and I tell this to every customer. If anybody's watching, they can totally attest. When they ask a question, the answer for the most part is yes, and you can do anything you want to do. Anything that you can, for the most part, think of, or any digital problem that you come across, if you can connect, all right, here's my problem, here's what I want the solution to be. Essentially, you can connect those blocks or dots and make it happen, which is a really cool thing. So we can solve many of these bullet points with, instead of several different separate campaigns all at once. fast, easy, and efficient. All right, add email information to your receipts. Okay, this is interesting. At this point of this recommendation, we've already got their email for the most part. Advertise your email list all over your restaurant. So yes, if you don't tell people about your stuff, they'll never know. Your staff, hopefully maybe they have this in here. I won't go ahead and bust it out. Your staff should be pushing this stuff. Ask a guest in person for their email address. Okay, that potentially the thing I'm just telling you about. In that way to go, particularly when you're just getting started building a restaurant email list. You can also just ask guests in person if they'd like to join. This is especially effective if you have regulars with whom you form a relationship. Let them know about your new email efforts and they'll likely be happy to help you out. Okay, so here's my translation. Especially if you're a restaurant, this is the way that like we would talk. I won't say make. Ask or direct your employees, bartenders, servers, hostesses to tell your guests that you have a VIP membership, you have an email list. I wouldn't necessarily call it an email list, although as I said a minute ago, like you just have newsletter out there and people will join it. It's interesting. I'd really have to like get sold on giving my email out there. I really do, being totally honest with you guys. It's just what I do. I have to be very straight with my email because I get a bajillion a day. And so anyways, make it a habit. Don't just do it when you're opening. Don't just make it a sometimes thing. If you make it a habit, and I won't call their name out necessarily, about their internal stuff, but they're doing awesome training here on Hilton Head and some of these restaurants. And I was shooting a video for one of these clients out here, and I was so impressed with the way that the server, who's not an actress, guys, the real cocktail server, how she explained on video the process of how they greet a guest. And there's so many points to bring up that it takes me all the way back to USCB Hospitality Day. Shout out Professor Salazar and Calvert and Barth, who I know are just like eating popcorn right now, watching, learning about bots and stuff. Just kidding. But those are awesome guys. A referral campaign is huge. We have this built right into the table. And promote your email newsletter on social media and your website. So this leads us to, the real reason why you're here. And we're going to turn some comments into customers. Okay. And so what I think we'll do is we will go to tap the table.io. And let's see, we'll make the screen a little bit more focused on TTT. We don't need me. So what we'll do is we'll log right in, and let's see here. We're going to pop right in here, and we're going to bust right into tap the table. So tap the tables here. Perfect. And what we're going to do is show you the goods. Okay. And like I told you guys, I guess now's as good a time as any. I told you that I was the king of comments. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this thing right on here. The little crown head is what everybody wants to see. The crown head of TTT is here. And so now we've got our crown on. I'm going to show you the secrets on how to become the king or queen of comments here. So what we're going to do is head on over to our marketing section first. And what we want to look at is one of two options. The Facebook community management option, which is number one on your list in the marketing section, or the Instagram community management option here. For Instagram, it'll be very, very similar. We have we're tracking the comments on all the posts. If I want to rename this to really track the campaign, this is a feature request from a power user. Won't mention their name, but awesome guy. I can rename this anything I want. So we can call this, IG contest for our campaign tracking here. There's no problem. So that was a great request. So I can edit this. And what I want to do is showcase, okay, do we want to reply to every single post that is out there, meaning every comment? Or do we want to reply to something that's matching a rule? So maybe we want to reply to, comments that have our hashtag. So for example, I could say hashtag tap the table. If anyone used this hashtag as a comment on my post, then I've got some options here. Number one, I can send them to a product if I've got a product in my product section. So in this case, I could, if someone, this is the secret, guys, how to turn a comment into a customer. When someone on Instagram right now on my post commented on a photo or video that I post with the hashtag tap the table, they would get hit, meaning in their DMs, tap the table's Instagram account would automatically send them a message of a product that is a Hawaiian pizza that I've got in my product section. In addition to, we were going to send a public reply, meaning now our page, our account, our Instagram account of Tap the Table is also going to comment back to them publicly saying whatever we type in here. So we've got one option DM'd you, another option inboxed you, another option will say sent a message, and I'll add another one, info sent, right? So this is what we're sending them publicly. And shout out again, Kelly, we can do this. We can say, info sent, what is your favorite pizza topping though, right? Spell it right. I don't know how to spell though in the like hippie trendy way that they would spell it now. I'm not that cool anymore. Info sent, what's your favorite pizza topping there, right? So now when you write your comment replies that are automatic based on a rule or based on sediment, you're able, and that's a big one, guys, sediment. Okay. If your food sucks, you're going to have different public replies than if you're running a contest with the same tool or if you're looking for comments that are positive. Negative sediment might be something like, oh no, please check your inbox, right? This is an example. If you're setting up this tool to find comments that are complaints that need attended to, or you're looking for just sediment in general, negative or positive, this is how you set this stuff up. So in this case, we'll say DM sent, and instead of a product, maybe we want to quickly, and maybe we're doing this on our mobile device, our phone, so we don't even want to build a funnel if we don't have one already made for the situation. We can just put out a message that is text-based that we can just type out really fast and just say something like, we are closed for the rest of the day because the building, ran out of electricity, which again, funny enough, it's more likely to happen than Facebook going out. I just added a wrong word to my dictionary live in front of millions of people. How sad is that? That might be the word I just added. Anyway, so this is a text response I thought of on the fly. But what I do most of the time, and what I recommend you do, is you do use a funnel so that when someone comments the thing that you want, or anything for that matter, they're getting hit with a funnel. And so in this case, the funnel for Instagram is called IG lead. Okay. Turned on, turned off, wax on, wax off. Okay. We'll leave it to wax on. Back to the marketing section in the Facebook auto comments section. Same idea. So 3 magical beans to edit. We're looking at all the comments on Tap the Table's Facebook page. And what's going to happen is they're going to get hit, meaning I say get hit. Golly, that's funny. Golly. They're going to get sent a private DM from Tap the Table's Facebook account to their DM as a person, as a consumer, after they've commented. And it will be this funnel that I'll show you. They'll also get sent or shown any of these replies here publicly. But on Facebook, currently, we've got a few more options than we do on Instagram and other channels for that matter. Facebook, Messenger. So far, Google Business Messages is catching up quickly. Luckily, we've got full integration and we work well with them. They're very nice folks over there. We talk frequently, real talk, mainly because they force you to get yourself verified over there, which I think, is a good thing. They don't have another way to do it right now. They should. I'm about to have to take this crown off, but I can't do that until you see the goods here. So we set up all of our messaging, public messaging, private messaging. The additional Facebook options that we've got are, we're going to like the user's comment, your customer's comment. We're going to reply to people who've already commented on other posts. This is something that most people should turn off. Once you've got the lead in your system, for the most part, just like leave them be. Don't auto comment them with, don't auto comment with them anymore. And then if they reply to comments, meaning a great scenario happens where we posted, the next thing we want to happen is one of our customers, one of our Facebook likes, they comment, that's what we want. Then our page hits them, sends them a message. And maybe that message contains a question like, so thanks for the comment, sent you a DM, what's your favorite pizza topping, right? And they respond. It's not going to hit them again with one of these responses. That's what this box here is doing. So it's just logic. It's AI built right in for you. You just decide to turn it on or turn it off, make it yours. And then lastly, if you're a giant celebrity, I don't know, like Wiz Khalifa, maybe, hello, you might want to not respond so quickly, because you don't want to seem like you need to be that quick because you're busy, right? So we're not trying to make someone feel, a fan or a customer feel like we're tricking them in being a person when we're actually automated. They're obviously going to know the whole thing's automated. But what we want to do is at least stretch out maybe the life of that post. So if you're getting 1,000 comments rather than like responding to them, boom, 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 immediately, if you have a little bit of a randomization in there, or you wait just a little bit, what I've seen is, why we have the ability to do this, what I've seen is the life of that post, organic or paid, totally gets extended, because when the page, celebrity or not, responds to that comment, say within another hour or 2 hours randomly, that person who maybe 5 minutes after they've commented and maybe could have responded to you, now they've forgotten about you for the day because something else like crossed their feed and they went and did something else. If you respond an hour later, 2 hours later, now they're thinking about you all over again. It's like that second date, right? Okay. So this is why that option's there. That confuses people. A lot of people don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that, but that's a case that's not so unique that I've seen be very, very powerful. But in this case, again, to recap, we're going to reply to every comment on Facebook, on Tap the Table's Facebook business account. They're going to get sent a funnel that is called comment lead, FB comment lead. We're going to get seen a public reply here, and we're going to have a like happen on our post. Hit save. So now I'll show you what a funnel is. To get there, go to your funnels section. Here is the funnel. Okay. If you need to make a brand new one, you just hit this one right here. This button, add funnel. Just add it. In this case, we're going to edit the one I've already made for you. Now, we made some fun Tap the Table GIFs for y'all. You can use them. Search Tap the Table whenever you use a GIF. What we've got here is a visualized funnel. Okay. And what Tap the Table, a lot of people might not realize this, but really what Tap the Table is a way where we can show a way to code without having to code necessarily. We don't have to write a line of code, although sometimes it can be helpful. It's not needed. Instead of coding, what we're doing is we're going to show blocks that connect to each other. And in the background, Tap the Table is writing the code for you. This is how this is happening. So what we've got going on is the message sent after the comments is what is known as a card. If I want to work with one of these blocks, like say I want to change this text, which I'll do, I'll click on the block that I want to deal with, and we'll have this working pane here on the right. Pull up. We'll see the indicator here, Facebook comment type. We could choose Facebook comment reply, Instagram comment reply, Google business messages, all the different channels that we offer. In this case, we'll leave it the same. We've got an image here. And it says, ready to start building your customer list, ? Tap below to continue. So instead of this emoji, maybe I'll just add an exclamation point just so you can see if I want to manipulate this text. It's very easy. Are you ready to start building? Okay. So then when they click continue, and in this case, guys, this is very important to note. If you don't choose this circle associated with the button to continue when you're trying to use the Facebook or Instagram comment reply, and you use the continue button that normally works for you, it will not work. And the reason for this is a Facebook, Instagram policy that although they give us the handy dandy special permission, exclusive, approved, as some platforms like to market themselves as. Of course, we're all approved for the permission. If you've applied for it and done all the work, you get it. We were approved for the permission to send an outbound message based on a comment. Okay. And we can also understand things. For example, a like on a post, we can see that in the system. We're not watching this, obviously. The system just knows once we've established that handshake, for lack of better terms, how to deal. Okay. So anyways, we won't get too technical here. The comment's going to happen on any post, in this case on Facebook. The Facebook fan follower is going to get hit with this card. If they hit this button, continue in this case, what'll happen is they'll get sent this next message in which they'll see typing for 2 seconds. They're going to see this dude right here just say boom as he's hitting his awesome iPhone 11, I think back then, against the NFC enabled coaster. Hello. And it's going to ask us for our email. It's going to ask us for our phone number. It's going to tell us we're the man. It's going to tell you, don't hate, automate. Shout out Wendy. This is a really fun shirt. It's one of my favorite ones so far. Tapping for 3 seconds. Remember, don't hate, automate. Okay. Branding, right? The other things that happen, there are 2 other things, and we'll run it. And then I'll show you why I'm wearing this crown, and then I'll take it off. It's less comfortable in the Tap the Table official limited edition hat. Okay. When we ask for the email here, and we ask for the phone number, if the Facebook user provides them and they're correct, and we check for that, I'm letting them skip in this case. But if we didn't do that, it would not let them go to the next step without providing the phone number unless we wanted them to. The moment we've collected that email address, bam, son, we send in an email. Okay. It's from your domain, not Tap the Table's domain. Don't get that twisted. This is just Tap the Table's Facebook account. You send an email through our system, through your domain. We set that up for you. It's instant for the most part. Same with your phone number. 9 times out of 10, you just use your own area code, but you just let us know. And in this case, the email sent, and it says first name. Did you hear Facebook went down? Okay. If I want to edit this in any way, this is an email block here. Very similarly to how I edited a message block to Facebook or Instagram, I'd have an email capability the same way. So I've got the email of your subscriber that's doing the thing, in this case, the commenter, subject, header, little image here. You can add any images you want, delete things very easily, message, and a button in this case. Maybe I'll also, just in case, right? Maybe I'll add one more button. So I'm going to hit add content, add a button, and I want it to be right above my unsubscribe area here, which you should always keep there. I'm going to say Paul Brian, right? In this case, we won't keep this up too long. All right, here's the number. And then we have 2 buttons here in the email. And then when they give us their smartphone number, if they do, as they should, they're going to get sent a text message. And I'm going to, in this case, just show the same image that got them here in the first place. They saw a Facebook post, for example. They commented, bam, like the payoff, the end result. They're going to get a thanks for send the same image. Now you're all friendly. The connection might be bad, is what Restream is telling me. So let's refresh. That might mean I'm just taking too long. Wish I had Biggie Smalls in the background. I just refreshed my screen. Hopefully you can see me. We're going to get back on sharing my screen. I wish I had just Biggie Smalls in the background. I need to take this frickin' crown off. I'm ready to take this thing off, guys. So here we are. Oh, not here. Let's go share a different screen. Oops. Share the other screen, Ryan. This one. Bam. This one. Back to it. Hopefully you can hear me. We'll make this quick. Take this crown off. Uncomfortable. So basically what we've done here is we've initiated contact via a Facebook comment. Then boom, son. Now we get a Facebook message that asks us for our information. We're getting to know the brand in a personalized way, not a robotic way. Here's a GIF. Here's personalized messaging this, on point with the way we speak to our tone and all that jazz. And then they get another digital handshake via email, and they like pound it, like fist bump with text message in that thing, right? And then last but not least, that information is getting sent to Google Sheets, because look at it as a backup to the data. Okay, so let's look at that. The Google Sheet. Let's pull this one up, make sure I can show it to you. So October social leads for TTT. So let's pull up Sheets 2, just so you can see all of the things in action and as they occur. You don't need to see my little password stuff. So 1 second here. Turn my little password stuff off, and we'll sign right in. You don't need to see my password stuff, guys. You don't want that. All right, so almost there. And I can almost take off this crown. I'll show you who the king of comments really is. Here we go. So back to TTT. And it's going to now like make me prove who I am. Awesome. So, in some cases, in some cases, I think this is so important. In my case specifically, it is. But man, I wish I could just like have not the facial recognition on everything. Wish I could just like, I just wish there's another way. It's not the most fun thing to do, is punch in these numbers every time. Okay, boom, boom, boom. All right, we're in there. So what we want to do is go to that same Google Sheet that we were looking at a minute ago. Are you still with me? Who's sleeping, man? Who's sleeping back there? I hear you snoring. Wake up. Just kidding. We want to look at this. What did I call it? The October TTT lead, son. That's what we got. All right, so we got some people in there. We're going to delete them, and we're going to start freshy fresh. So date, first name, last name, email, phone number are the things we're looking for. And what happens once we've, collected the information and they've finished the funnel that you guys just saw, we're sending the information to the Google Sheet. Stupid mouse is adding up. All right, so all that looks good. We can test it. So let's do it. So the way we'll do this is we'll just go to old Facebook here, tap the chizzy at the table. What did I spell wrong? I missed a little deal there. So basic, man. So basic. So here we go. Now we're correct. Correct now. We're going to change this from looking at the Facebook page as a business to a person. We're going to scroll past my little comment here. And you know what? Let's make a post. Okay. But in this case, I'm going to switch back to tap the table to make this post. Okay. Make it happen. Got to keep up, guys. All right. So this is a live demo test, bro. Let's uncapitalize this I. That's like the most annoying thing I accidentally enabled on my keyboard here a couple days ago. It's capitalizing the I no matter what. So this is a live demo test, bro, is our post, because no one tells me what to not post at this point, which is a good thing for now. Maybe later on I'll have to like not post them, just so anything I want. In this case, we're now waiting for Facebook to catch up to actually show that post that I just made. So I'm going to go back here one more time. See, it's caught up. I'm going to switch back from tap the table to Ryan. And so now I can post as Ryan, if this is making sense. If I commented as myself on tap the table, I would not get an automated response. Okay, this is what we're trying to show here. So in this case, I'm Ryan, a regular old personal Facebook page. No blue check mark. Not cool like that at all. Gotten blue check marks for the clients, but not for myself. Help me get the check mark. Maybe. Here we go, right? We're going to say testing now, because I can't think of anything else to say. So we're testing it now. And within 3 seconds of us having that comment being accepted via Facebook, we should get a little thing called a auto comment reply. Bam, son. Now I can take this crown off. Man, I am the king. And so let's continue so I can go have a nice chocolate shake. That is what I'm craving right now. I'm going to just slam dunk this thing. I'm going to go make a milkshake, and I'm going to rewatch this thing. And then we're all going to become comment kings and queens. And we're all going to see information, data end up here. So let's proceed. What we're going to do is we're going to hit continue. And when we do that, we're going to get hit with the typing action, just like I told you. And we're going to see, am I in live chat? What do you know? That would be how it goes. No, it's not. This is taking forever. I was going to say, if I'm in my live chat right now and I was like bust myself out, I'll cry. Wouldn't be the first time. In this case, hopefully you can see what is going on. And then y'all are laughing, son. I'd be laughing too. Everybody's laughing. Every day is a good day. Look here. I'm trying to make this thing. How do I make it giant again? So open it in the app. I don't want to install the update. Remind me later, sure. All right, so now you can see. Now you see me, now you don't. So we hit continue, and it took like an additional second or two. So I totally like had a heart attack in front of you guys. But then bam, the boom, bing, the GIF happens. And it says, please tap or type your email. So in this case, I could tap or type it. I'm going to tap it because that's what? Easier. Easy peasier. Okay. Then it's going to ask the next question. What's the phone number? It's the phone number, Ryan. Well, obviously you're Facebook, you know everything. So I'm just going to tap it. Actually, I just like to show this trick. I'm going to say my number is ABC DEF. How about that? ABC DEF. That's my number. Tap the table, man. And they're like, nope, not the number. Sorry, buddy. It's not their number. Tap that real one in there right there. Bam. Now you have their number. And so then what's going to happen is I'll get a text message on my phone. It says, thanks, we're all set. I have the nice little payoff. The text message just came in. So did the GIF that says, do not hate, don't hate, automate. Okay. And so I've got the text message on my phone, which is the convert comments to customers QR code graphic. So the last step of the chatbot building funnel equation is, did our information land on the Google Sheet? Just in case, like, I want to not use Tap the Table or Facebook or Instagram one day, I need to make sure that I got that data. Well, in this case, my friends, Ryan and TTT and our peeps over at Google, we got you. Because all your data, all the stuff you want to track, anything that you can think of to ask and then get from whoever's dealing with your funnels here, you'll have that information. You can do a lot of things with that. Now, in Tap the Table, you have a database, which is much more powerful. Sorry, Google. Our database setup is far more powerful than a Google Sheet. We can do anything we want. While Google Sheets is going to also be limited. It is a spreadsheet, not a end-all be-all solution to your every technical problem. However, Tap the Table, on the other hand, is just a fun, easy, quick way to solve many of the common problems, the things that most restaurants feel like that's impossible. Very easy for us to do. Okay, so this is what just happened. I commented on a post on Facebook on Tap the Table as Ryan. Commented, bam, got hit, got sent a message from Tap the Table. Let's verify that I did get the message liked and a comment here. So like I said, I told y'all, Facebook's just like slow. Maybe my internet provider is just slow. They're usually slow. Hopefully you can even still hear me. I'm still even live. Who even knows anymore with what we deal with. And what we wanted to check on was, bam, son, it worked. We got the like that happened. It wasn't me. You've seen my hands here the whole time. And then check your inbox. And then boom, you see commented by, Tap the Table, tap the tizzy. Right? So that is how it happened. Just as easily. Okay? And I'll show you. Just as easily, we could have said, all right, well, I want to do a QR code because I don't want to spend all this money on Facebook and my content is not any good and blah, 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 blah. All the excuses, right? For your QR code sort, guys, this is the easiest way to do it. Marketing and then your QR code section. Choose the funnel that you want, okay? And we are going to scan, and here's I'll show you how it'll work because it's going to go to Messenger. Oops. Let's go here. You'll see it here. And I'll open up my Messenger so you can see. Boom. Okay, so we'll put this to the side. And what I'm going to do is with my phone here, this will be my last magic trick of the night. I'm going to just scan that code, which I just did. Tap in, as they say. And bada bam. It's already came here. So here's the message. See my my URL bar there was just blinking. Boom, there it is. Now watch. What we'll do here is let's just change this to a product. Okay, so we're going to say list of products, please hit generate. I've got to stop. And once I've generated that, I'm going to scan it one more time. Here we go. Boom. Tap in. And then we should see our products here. Here's my cheese pizza. Right. Meow. I can already see it on my phone. So what this tells me is, I believe either my streaming program, Restream, Hargray, I don't know. I can't think of anyone else to blame. Going slow. There should be a little pizza right here. I see it on my phone, but it's just so slow. Whatever. Add to the cart. Don't mind if I do. And I'm going to get one for me, and I'm going to get one for you. Okay, 2 of them, and we'll get 2 personals. That's what we'll do. That mouse is like going to drive me up the wall, so we'll just run it this way. Let's get some extra bacon on there. And if you know what special request I'm going to ask for, you already know. Well done, because I actually like my stuff cooked. Unless it's steak, then I won't get it well done. Don't hate me. But this is mostly how I get my stuff. And if I want to check out, that is easy peasy. If I want to check out via my Shopify checkout, so all my books are in sync, no problemo, my friend. You can do anything you want to do. That is like mainly my answer to everything. We can choose card or cash on delivery. And as always, at least for me, I'm going to show you to go ahead and leave that automatic 20% there by default. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But in case people are Speedy Gonzalez here and they go fast and skip over gratuity by mistake, I just build that thing right in and make it auto-populated. You can enable this. Just hit us in the chat. There's no problem. We've now taken the order. And over here in TTT land, when we want to go verify that, bam. There it is. There's our order. Here's our pizza. We're going to accept that thing, son. Continue. No problemo. Do y'all see that this is easily happening from a Facebook or Instagram comment? We can easily print a thermal printer ready receipt, right? Meow. Did you say meow? Yes, meow. I could print it right now. Matter of fact, I'll print it right now to my printer. Just because. And you can probably hear it in there cranking up. Right? So the last step of this equation, note, we're building out that customer database based off of an order, just like Pop Menu told us to. And we're going to conclude it. And we're also going to conclude a link to Yelp. Maybe that's what we want to do is link the Yelp reviews. Send that thing so you know we did a great job. Maybe encourage them for some UGC. Well, we've completed that order. It's the only one we took today. So when we go to our analytics section, now we're going to see. There it is. There's our order. We just made $41.93 off Facebook comment or off a QR code scan that fast. That is how you become the QR code king, queen, the comment king, queen, the social media king, queen of today. Is you're looking for the next step. Most marketing folks, most, what do you call them? Gurus, most people in general that think they know, what they're doing is they're mastering one step of the equation, if that. My headphones make me feel cooler. I'm putting them back on, even though I can't hear you talking to me, guys. Sorry. That'd be better. They're doing one thing. And they're great maybe at one thing. Maybe they're great at producing video. Maybe they're great photographers. Maybe and better, they're good at both. Maybe they're awesome at writing copy. Maybe they're amazing strategists. Maybe you've got a jack of all trades. The thing that we've got to understand, guys, is the intent must evolve from this post is going to get a lot of engagement, and that's where the campaign ends for this post. That's where the intent ends. We want to get people to just like and comment, right? We want the next step because it's 2021. We've already accepted all the other things in digital marketing, guys. Business owners, restaurant owners specifically, listen. If you can't have any sort of solid idea what that engagement is worth on the conversion side of the marketing, sales, and advertising side of your business, you should think about that, because it will guide you in knowing, well, do I invest more or less in social? Do I invest more or less in search? When you have a greater intent than just like, oh, well, we'll just do something and try it. When you've got that next step in line, meaning not only do we want people to comment and like our stuff, we want them to go through a series of pop quiz questions in Messenger or Instagram's DM. That one post has just become a lot powerful. And if you're using the strategy of lead generation, okay, this is why you post. You post to build awareness, build the trust, zap them immediately as fast as you can, Gingerbread Man, right into the DMs, because that's what Facebook really wants to happen anyways. It's the more personal way to connect. Okay, when people have things for sale, the sale's not usually done on the post and the comments, guys. Okay, I don't think any restaurant in in this day and age is going to consider taking an order from you based on your comment on the post. Like, they're not going to be able to see it more than likely, as you just saw. Okay, when I left my own automated reply, it didn't even show up on the screen until I refreshed it twice. Okay, restaurant owners and managers and marketing staff are busy, dudes and dudettes. Okay, they're busy. They might not see every comment. They might not see every message immediately. That is why they need to also be armed with Tap the Table to make sure that that side of things is just not so overwhelming. And also, so your guests get the answers that they need in a timely fashion. And also, thirdly and lastly, and I'll sign off, to collect that information, to collect the historical data of your customers, potential customers, complaints, and compliments, so that you can better your business and at the end of the day, generate more revenue and make more people happy. Happy customers, happy world, right? Guys, thank you for watching. Be the king, be the queen of comments again in your section of the world. And if you